that I'm doing this again, but I just felt like I had said too much, and I'm seriously fucking paranoid. Okay, so I'm just gonna be real with you, and if you caught my first live, then yeah, sending it out there. But I actually, just wanted to come back on here, and for anybody who had missed it, I wanted to try to be a little bit less cryptic and just like more just like direct with the message that I wanted to send, because your girl is going through it. Okay. And yeah, so let me first start by saying that, yeah, I don't know what I can and can't say right now, but I have a lot to say. And again, I forgot to let me grab something real quick. I grabbed it. Yeah, I love that you can do that. I love iPhones. So, I'm going to go ahead and just post this here at the bottom for you if you want the lowdown. When I feel like I can talk openly and freely, because maybe I can, and I'm just being paranoid. I don't know, but I just feel like I can't trust anybody right now, and I don't know what people are capable of. I feel like, I just feel very, just, like taken advantage of, and I have a lot of things to say, and I want to tell the full story, and I want to tell it fully uncensored. I want to tell you everything from the beginning of this year to now, what has transpired from my seats, from my point of view. I want to do it completely uncensored and explicit. And so I did pin my newsletter below, so that I can do that. And yeah, I am in grief. I feel like somebody died. I feel like I got hit by a car. So this is how it feels right now. It feels like I was walking down the street and somebody ran me over, and then I got back up and a family member died. And then, all while trying to I'm at Girl Scouts right now with my daughter, and I needed to come live on here again, because I'm just I have to get this out today, because tomorrow I don't want to have to freaking go live again and talk about this again. I don't want to stay in this moment. I want to move on from having to talk about this for the time being, because I can't say everything I want to say. And so I dropped my daughter's at Girl Scouts, and I said, can I step out for 20 minutes? She's like, oh yeah, go ahead, step out. And little does she know, I'm in here, going live on Instagram. So, I just want you to know too that, yeah, listen, there's so much for me to be grateful for. There's so many people right now who are struggling with so many things that are so much worse, right? Like somebody mentioned, flooding, what's happening in the Carolinas, what's happening in the Middle East, what's happening all over the world. Yes, I am very aware that there is so many worse things happening, but in the same breath, I also want you to understand, and I need to explain this to people who don't know what's going on, but essentially the company that I was partnered with for the last 14 years that I have given my all to, decided to pull the rug out from everybody without any notice. And the way that it was done was lacking integrity. No matter how many ways people want to spin it. What I had said in my previous live that I wanted to repeat here is that I don't know how anybody can just act like everything is fine and continue on. And if you have anybody who was part of Body or any other network marketing companies that have dissolved, I would love for you to send this to them, because this is what I want to say. And this is the message that I want to say and why I got on here. And then I got flooded with emotions. I was also incredibly distracted because my family was walking around behind my live because I was in my office and they were outside. So I can concentrate a little bit better here in the content machine. And this is what I want to say. I want to say that, and I said this before, so if you heard it before, I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to probably keep saying this for quite a while, because I just want you to know that this fully backs up how I feel about everything that I'm doing going forward. Even though it was done in a way that was not expected and shocking, it is more proof that you don't own anything more than you own yourself and your personal brand in which you build. Okay. So if anything that this should show anybody is that you do not own anything unless it's your own business. I hope that anybody who is part of network marketing, or any corporation for that matter, that is ran by somebody else who is dictating how you're getting paid, no matter what business it is, I just hope you know, or job it is, I just hope you know that like it is not guaranteed unless you own it, unless it's yours. Okay. This, if anything, has made me even more steadfast in my belief that there's nothing stronger than your personal brand and owning your own thing and doing your own thing, especially on social media. Because if you own it, no matter what happens, nobody can take you away from you, right? And I just hope that people see that, and that shame on once, shame on me, or is it shame on once? I can't get this right, but I've said it 3 times today and I still F it up. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I hope nobody's turning around and going and taking, with this new knowledge, trying to lead people to the promised land of some other business that can literally still do the same thing to them, right? I could never with integrity, which one of my biggest core values is integrity, which is why I have stuck by body this whole time through all the compensation plan changes, which did eliminate 2/3 of my income. I was still motivated by the mission and helping people because I believed in the company and I believed in the products. So I just want you to know that I really did believe that, we were going to turn this thing around, and the way that it went down was just showing us that we were just affecting the bottom line when we're actually the ones who built the company, not the CEO. So that being said, no matter what company you're part of, I just want you to know that you built it, and you can build anything else that you go to build. You can build anything else that you want to build. And that you are the product. You are what people joined. People joined what you were doing because of you, not because of whatever it is that you were selling. That being said, I hope you learn a lesson from this like I learned, right? I hope that you are excited. And if you don't have a business yet, and if you are watching this, I hope there's something that you can learn. And that is that you can, take your brand and you can expand it, and you can build something for yourself, for your family, to diversify your income in case anything ever happened like this, because so many people have been laid off since 2020. So many people have had the rugs pulled out from under them. We are not, we do not get to just as long as we don't own our business, we don't have control over any of that, right? So yeah, I personally am not going, I'm going to, I don't know. You guys will have to wait to see what the next move is. That's why I put my newsletter on here. Like I said, I don't know what I can and can't say. I don't know. You have to understand that we have been censored for the last 3 to 4 years about what we can and can't say, about the things that we have achieved, about our income, about our life, the things that we do. There's so much that I feel I feel like so many people who are coming out of this, like, literally don't know who they are. They are lacking their identity. They think their identity is wrapped up in the products that they sell. I think there's going to be a whole lot of people who are going to have to go through a whole lot of healing after this. And I just want you to know that, man, I can just say whatever the fuck I want now. Like I could before, before all these rules got put on us. So, without becoming completely unhinged, I just want you to know that in January, I'm going to be able to, me and Kevin are going to share the whole story. Okay? Completely uncensored. Yes, Amy, uncensored. If there's one thing that doesn't sit right with me is my friends and people that I cared about getting fucked over. Like, you can talk shit about me, you can fuck me over, you can do whatever, but the way that I saw some things go down through all of this, specifically around the launch of this new program, especially how it was done dirty to me and done dirty to so many people who might not even be acting like they were done dirty. I don't even know if they even know how they feel. My team is saying it more like we're calling it delayed mad. I'm not delayed mad. I'm just fucking livid. And hey, if you lived with Kevin, you would be livid. Like, Kevin is like a straight up, like, 90s punk rocker. Like, he is like straight, like, he does not play the game. It's like, I don't know. But let me tell you, there is some big things coming from us that we are very excited about. I am very excited for my masterclass because if anything this has shown me is like it definitely is going to be social media that saves every single person that has built their business through social media, and if you are looking to diversify through yourself through social media, there is nothing more important than a personal brand. Because look, if people built their social media followings around the products that they're selling, then of course they're kind of fucked because everybody followed them because of those programs, because of that. And, and then now it's like, oh, they're supposed to pivot, but like, did you build your brand off of this company and your team, or did you build your brand off of you? And the biggest feedback I've been getting since this whole thing happened is that people didn't follow me for body. They followed me for me. And that's how I know, that I did it right. And that's how I know that I can teach people how to do it right. And so if you are feeling like you need a rebirth and a rebrand, love you guys. If you need a rebirth and a rebrand and a reinvention, which, like I said in my previous live, today is, and this is why I needed to go live today and I needed to stay on my feet, because today is the eclipse. This eclipse season is about breaking through old patterns, breaking into a new beginning, like burning it all down, rebuilding back up. You have got to know that if you really believe that you can do something, you can do whatever you set your mind to. I am not worried because I know that I can help people in so many ways, and that body was the avenue that got me started all those years ago. But truth be told, I really feel like there is something bigger for me, and I feel like they broke up with me so I didn't have to do it for myself. And if that means eliminating all of my money, all the money that I've made, I can't even talk. If that means taking my family's livelihood so that you can save your company, then that's what it's going to cost. It's going to cost my old life. It's going to cost that so that I can be free to rise from the ashes, so that you can rise from the ashes, so that we can rise from the ashes. Look, I see a lot of people posting that they're so sad, their teams, thank you for all the, thank you for the memories. Look, I agree, but my team, they're not going anywhere because of this. My team is still here with me. My community is still here with me because they don't need to be in business with me to be my community and my team. I don't see what that has to do with anything. Like, we're still a community. We're gonna stick by each other. I got fucking people building bread businesses. I got people building fucking yogi businesses. I got people selling courses. I'm going to help support them to make money, and it's not going to be through network marketing. I am not going to say, hey, I'm your leader. Let me advise you. I'm going to go to this company, and you can join this, and we can make all this money, because that is fucking gross. I almost spit. Did you hear me salivating? I was like literally foaming at the mouth. We made the communities that we have, and we get to decide going forward how we want. Yeah, go Gretchen with your fucking bread business. We get to decide how we want to lead going forward. This is your opportunity to act with integrity and to lead for real. Not to lead like fake lead with like a network marketing company, but like to lead for real. And you'll see after this who the real leaders are and who the people are who are going to act out of fear and lack and graspiness. And they're not going to think through this. They're not going to be wise about it. They're going to jump to the next opportunity. They're going to, it's like they're going to try. And listen, I understand some people really are passionate about network marketing, and I am not going to judge you. I mean, I already told my team this, that's a complete lie. I'm completely going to judge people if they do that. So let's not lie. Let's not lie here. I'm not going to openly shame and talk about them, but in here I will be. But we can still do retreats. I can still host retreats. You can still do all these things, guys. You don't need I just hope this is what I want for you. I want you to know that whatever has been a burning desire inside of your soul and your belly. Listen, when there's so many fruit flies in this van. I am so sorry if you are seeing them, but I don't know where they're coming from. Listen, I started with this business because I loved helping people. I loved being of service to people. It then transformed into really loving helping people to fire their bosses, to be able to leave corporate America. And that at that time in 2011, network marketing was the only way to do it. Now there's so many other ways to do it besides that. And I know all of the ways. Most of those things, however, cannot happen unless you first have a social media following. So many of you think that growing a social media following is so much harder than it actually is. It's just that there's so much fucking misinformation out there. And so it just leads back to that initial passion of wanting to be able to have freedom. Oh my God, I can say the word freedom now, guys. Did you know I couldn't even say freedom for 3 years? Wow, that felt good. To help people to create the freedom to have the life they want, to live life on their own terms, to be able to have their life by design. You do not need to be making $1 million to do that. You do not need to be driving a Ferrari to do that. You do not need to have a multi-million-dollar house or fly a private jet to do that like people are selling on social media. You just need to be able to pay your bills and be with your family as much as you want and to be able to own your time. That does not take as much money as so many of you think it does. So, having been somebody who has made over $1 million and has had 2/3 of her income cut, you can do the math. I can tell you that I'm actually happier now than I was back then because I have the point of view, I have the perspective to know that money does not buy happiness. It's actually the time that you get to own, and you can do all that through social media. And there's so many opportunities that you can do that. And I'm going to help you to do that. And I'm going to lead the way, and I'm going to show you the way. And I can't wait. So the first step is the masterclass. There's a fruit fly right in front of my face. The first step is the masterclass, because that is my first foray into this next level of leadership that I get to step into. And guess what? It's not only privy to people who are embodied. It's not only privy to people who are on my team. It's privy, or people who are in America. It can be anybody in Australia, all my Australians, all my Germans, all the people who've been wanting to work with me, all the people on other teams who you couldn't work with me because you were shackled to those teams. You're fucking free. Do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. Let's do it. Let's do whatever we want. And you don't have to do it alone. I see you, Jeff. I'm talking to you too, Jeff. We are free to do whatever we want. Okay? Like, I just want you to know that. I just want you to know that. Whether you are tied to corporate America via network marketing, or tied to corporate America via sitting in a cubicle, or tied to corporate America via working as a waitress, which I was for 10 years. I worked for, a corporation called Outback Steakhouse, and I worked for a lot of different kinds of businesses like Whole Foods and stuff like that. So a job is a job is a job is a job, unless you own your own business. You can be, if you affect the bottom line, you are. So let's take this opportunity. Let's take it as an opportunity and not feel sad. You don't need to look back on the past and yeah, I have amazing memories with my team. And I remember, I'm going to leave it at this. One of the girls on my team said, I saw all of our kids growing up together on these trips. And I was like, hey, guess what? Our kids can still all grow up together. It doesn't end here. It starts here. This is where it starts. It starts here. It doesn't end here. So anyway, I'm going to go forth with integrity. And for me, integrity does not align with a company that did not end with integrity, in my opinion. So I think that's all I can say. I really don't know. Nobody's called me. I was a top 10 partner for almost a decade. Actually, I've been in the top 10, I think the longest out of anybody in the company. I was currently ranked number 8 in the company. I was a 15-star diamond. I have been top at all the things for over a decade, and have bled for this company, worked hard for this company, and talked nothing but the best for it. And I didn't even get a phone call. And I was told, if you want to have a phone call, you can reach out to me. I'm not fucking reaching out to anybody. I feel like I have earned a phone call. But guess what? I never even got asked to speak on main stage. I only got asked to speak at leadership once. All these years that I never got asked to do anything because I wasn't brown nosing corporate. I literally never got asked to fucking do anything unless I wasn't brown nosing the company. Unless I wasn't up their fucking ass, right? I was willing to look past all of that, but I see my worth now. And I see that I was just repeating a pattern that I did with when I was a waitress and when I was in school. And I was just repeating this fucking pattern that we do as Americans, thinking that just settling and thinking like, oh, well, because I got this amazing life out of this, it's enough. No, I was settling because I felt less than what I deserved. And now I know my worth. Listen, to just blast some Eminem and some Macklemore, and you're just like, oh, yes, I see now. We were working out to some Eminem this morning. I was like, yes, say it. But man, I was willing to look past so many things that were such red flags for me. And I get to now step into my real potential and my real power. And none of that has to do with somebody else telling me that I get to speak, or I get to go to the bathroom, or I thought all these years, oh, well, I don't have to ask for time off. I don't have to ask for this. But in order for me to get elevated within the company, there was certain things that had to, that they had to apparently, because there's definitely the golden children. And you know what? I will never be a golden child. I will never live by the rules, and we don't have to. We're going to step out of the box. There's no rules to life. There's no rules to what makes you successful. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to dress a certain way. You don't have to talk a certain way. And I thought that that's what I was being elevated for, as the authenticity girl within the company. But really, I still see now that I was getting just thrown the leftovers to kind of just like, you know, keep me where I needed to be, right? Yeah. So let's go, bitches. It's time for the real version of us to come out with the real power that we have. And I just hope and pray that you learned a fucking lesson out of this, and you build your own thing. I was working with one of my one-on-one clients today, and she was with the company, and now today we mapped out her entire trajectory for launching her homesteading business online. She is a homesteader. She's passionate about homesteading, and she was trying to sell body, and because she loves wellness and she loves the products. And I was like, great, you can still do that, but let's actually help you make money doing something you love, like homesteading. Because when you build a personal brand and you build a following based on something that you like, you can monetize it. There's so many ways that you can monetize it, and I cannot wait to teach you all of these things. So please, please, please don't miss the masterclass. It's on October 20th. It's at 3 p.m. If you get on my newsletter, I will let you know when you can tune into that call where I'm going to do in January about the uncensored version of what actually transpired from our perspective this year. And all the news. Kevin and I are also releasing something before the end of the year in the health and wellness space. So that's what I will say in that. If you are looking for something else to do, and you can also sign up for the masterclass in my bio. So in January, we are all going to sit around and we're going to have a fun little conversation, and it's going to be really good. So anyway, all I know is I don't think they made the right move. I think this was really dumb. And yeah, I know that they lost me and all of my customers, because my customers are not going to support a company that did me dirty that way. And I hope that anybody here who has, somebody that they love, I hope that you shake them and you tell them to wake the fuck up, because this is bullshit. I love you guys. Bye.